There once was a man who stood at the edge of obscurity, watching the powerful rise and the virtuous fall. He asked himself not what was fair, but what was effective. He realized that life, at its core, is a game of power. Those who understand it survive. Those who master it thrive. He learned the first truth: power is a game, not a gift. It isn't granted. It's taken, piece by piece, through bold moves and quiet strategies. And in this game, how you appear matters more than who you are. Appearances shape how the world treats you. They become your armor or your weakness. He saw leaders crumble because they wanted to be loved. But the wise knew, being feared, without being hated, is safer. People follow those they cannot predict, yet cannot ignore. And so, he concealed his intentions, never revealing his next move until it was too late to counter. He discovered that influence, not control, is the highest form of power. You cannot rule the hands if you cannot reach the mind. So he learned to bend belief, to manipulate narratives, to inspire loyalty through fear, trust, or awe. He studied the arts of the fox and the lion. Clever in deceit, ferocious in strength. He understood that men are not naturally loyal. They follow self-interest. And so, he created systems where their benefit was tied to his success. In this world, virtue was useful, but not sacred. Rules could be bent. Morality could be paused. The ends justified the means, if those ends protected his people, his power, his legacy. He saw empires collapse not from weakness, but from blindness to change. So he vowed to be adaptable, to mold himself to the moment, and to act without hesitation when the time was right. Timing was everything. He waited like a serpent, then struck like a storm. He divided threats, united allies, and never allowed comfort to dull his edge. He knew that too much peace breeds treachery, and too much trust invites betrayal. He kept his people slightly insecure, not with cruelty, but with uncertainty. It made them obey. It made them watch. It made them loyal. He built a power base, one that was his alone, not borrowed, not shared. He didn't rely on inheritance or favor. He built it with action, alliances, and a myth around his name. A man is mortal, but a persona, a legend, can echo through centuries, and in the quiet hours he thought about the long game. He knew power was not the goal, legacy was. What he built must last beyond him. So he wove himself into institutions, rituals, stories. He became a symbol, not just a ruler. And through this journey, he followed not a path of cruelty, but of clarity. He didn't seek to dominate the weak, but to master the forces that destroy the unprepared. He wasn't heartless. He was precise. He became Machiavellian, not in darkness, but in determination. This is not just a story of one man. It is a guide for anyone who dares to lead, to build, to rise. It teaches us that success is not accidental. It is structured, it is sharp, and it is bold. If you want to win in a world that changes by the hour, learn the rules. Not to become a tyrant, but to become unbreakable.